morning. Happy Vlogmas Day 2. We're back here. It's December 2nd. It's a Thursday, 2021. I'm here in the daylight. Yay! Thursdays I typically work a night shift as of right now. And that means I don't have to go into work until just like probably about 11:30 or so. And then I'll be working until about 8 o'clock. And yeah, I'm really excited to be here in the sun, and I wish I had the whole day off, but that's okay. I feel like this whole week has been kind of jam-packed and filled with things this week. Oh my gosh. But yeah, I'm here this morning. I woke up really late. I need to figure out a good routine for doing Vlogmas videos because last night I stayed up way too late editing it and all of that stuff, and that does not bode well for me during the day. I slept in until like 7:45 this morning, which is like really late for me. I'm usually up between 5:30 and 6 a.m. So, but I didn't fall asleep until like 2, so that was, a bit of my problem there. Anyway, I'm trying to figure out a good rhythm in order to get all of this stuff done. I'm thinking, that maybe I'll just try to get the editing done as soon as I get home, and I'm going to reserve the evenings for editing. I'm not going to necessarily do very much vlogging in the evening. But anyway, I'm working on, I just picked up some knitting here. This is the very, very beginning of the half and half triangle shawl or triangle wrap from Pearl Soho, which is a fingering weight garter stitch, endless, like schlanket type of thing. I couldn't find my 3.25 needles, so I'm just doing them on a 3mm needle, and the fabric is pretty dense, and I think this is going to take forever to make, but I'm not mad about it, and I think I'm going to be really happy with the fabric, like what the result is going to be. I think I'm going to be really happy with it in the end. The yarn I'm using is this stuff right here. I shared this on a recent podcast episode. Let me see if you can see it. It's quite pretty. It's from Hello Stella Fibers, and it's called Rustic Stella. I think that they have discontinued this yarn base. It's a 100% Highland wool non-superwash. It's one of those black and white zebra bases, and the colorway on this is called Golden Hour. I picked this up from my online kind of local yarn shop, which is Woolen Waves, based out of Vancouver Island, and they're really awesome. If you're looking for a online shop to support that's Canadian, check out Woolen Waves. They have such a beautiful selection of yarns, and Christine is an amazing person. And she's also really great at choosing color kits. If you're ever looking for a color kit for anything and you're not sure what to do, she can pick the yarns for you, and they're always a winner. But anyway, I'm really liking this yarn because with the kind of zebra stripe that's in here, the way that it's pooling is, it's all kind of pooling in the same spot right now. So there's going to be like these blackish sections in the fabric, which I think is going to look really cool once the whole thing is done. But anyway, yeah, I woke up late, and I don't like waking up late. I've turned into this person that I never thought I valued routines as much as I do until recently. And I mean, I always had this dream when I was a kid of like, I loved the lure of working in an office for some reason, because I think I knew deep down that I thrived best in with days of structure and routine and all of that stuff. And then when I got into those situations where it was like an office situation, or it was kind of like a humdrum day or whatever, I would get so bored so fast, and I never lasted very long in those jobs. And I know the big part of that has to do with ADHD. That's a huge part of it. So yeah, that's why I work in the library, because every day is different, but there's still structure to my day. So I may not have, like, I might not be doing the same things every day, but I go through the same routines. So my routine in the morning is usually I wake up and I use my giant journal, which is this huge moleskin book. It's like the moleskin extra large, or XL or something like that. It's an A4 size, so 8.5 by 11 size. And it's not necessarily bullet journaling, because I don't carry things over necessarily. It's just a way for me to organize my day as if I am writing an essay for an assignment. That was my favorite thing when I was in school, is organizing essays and organizing presentations and papers. I love writing outlines. That's why I love teaching and love making lesson plans and stuff like that. It's my most favorite thing. So I'm kind of like doing a lesson plan for my day with these notebooks. And I also do food tracking as well, because of the issues I'm having with my diet right now. So for those that aren't aware, if you're new to watching my Vlogmas, or if you've been following along or anything like that, I contracted COVID-19 almost a year ago now. It'll be a year, December 19th, around there, is when I tested positive for it. And yeah, I have long COVID symptoms that affect my sense of taste and smell. So it's been a year of this, and they intensified probably about 3 to 4 months after I initially had COVID. And it's basically called parosmia. So it's the best way that I've seen explained, I'm going to link a video below about it, but the best way I've heard it explained is that there's something about the virus that can, in some people, like mess up the neurological signals in your what is it called? Like in the tasty parts of your head. But basically it screws up the signals. So like it turns everything off, so that you lose your sense of taste and smell, which happened to me. But then when it comes back on, it doesn't come on correctly. So things smell weird and taste weird. And they have gotten marginally better over time. But I have a lot of anxieties and issues with food to begin with ever since I was a kid. And that's a whole long story I won't get into. But so I've always had issues with food, and then to compact this thing where all the foods that I love, for the most part now, taste gross, is really difficult. So it's meant that my diet has changed drastically, because it's not that I can't eat it. It's not that it'll make me sick or anything. It's just it's like this automatic revulsion. So like peaches smell like they're rotting, even if they're fresh. And any cheese or dairy or anything like that, it all smells like it's rotting. It smells like this sweet, kind of sickly garbage smell. And it all kind of smells the same. It's the same with onions, or the same way, and a lot of garlic is that way too. So it sucks. It really sucks, because like my go-to snack foods were usually like cheese. Like cheese and crackers and some fruit and stuff like that. for my go-to snacks, especially for lunch. But anyway, it's okay. This is why I food track, and especially because going on ADHD medication, that has an added side effect of reducing my appetite even more than it already is. So I take pretty close look at what I'm eating to make sure I am eating enough and to make sure I'm getting the nutrients that I need. So that's why I have this book. And I know maybe to some it feels, I bring this book to work, and we've been training new staff at work, and I keep all of my work notes in here, and I find that like my new coworkers look at me kind of like, what? You're doing like all of this note taking? Do we have to do all this note taking? And I always have to preface it with like, no, this is just the way that my brain works. You do not need to do this. So anyway, I sat and I made my list for this morning, and hopefully, I don't know where I was going with that. Hopefully I can get through today feeling pretty good. I have some notes of things I'm going to include in the Vlogmas video today, and that's going to include talking about journaling, which I just did, and some knitting talk, I think, and I'm going to show you a walk to work, as well as glimpses from the library after dark, just because I am doing a night shift today, and I should have a little bit of time to kind of shoot some video around the library, which I'm excited about. And then I'll show you some nighttime strolls. All the Christmas lights and everything are out on people's patios, and I feel like everybody is going all out for Christmas lights this year. I don't know. We don't have any Christmas lights up, really, because we're leaving in the middle of the month, so doesn't feel like there's much point in us doing that, but there's lots of Christmas lights everywhere else. Yeah, so lists are done. Knitting is done. I did take apart my Daily Ritual pullover, raglan, by Park Williams. I undid that one, and I reclaimed all of the yarn. I recaked it. Here we go. I recaked it right there. And how pretty is that? Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. And I have the needles pulled out. I swatched for the Be Thankful cardigan from the kind of what was left of the sweater I had already started. And I had knit that sweater on a 5mm needle, I think, and I was getting like 17 stitches to the inch, and the gauge is supposed to be 16.5. I think I will do a 5.5mm needle because I'm going to be using my Looka blush needles, so wooden needles, so my gauge should be a little tighter as I'm knitting. But I'm holding off on that. I feel like I'm a little scattered this morning because I woke up so late and everything got kind of thrown off, that I don't want to make any big decisions right now. I had this like urge when I went to drop Ryan off at work, which is like our routine for Thursday, and I had this urge to like go to the mall and buy jeans because I don't really have the energy to make pants right now. So I'm like, maybe I need to go to the mall and buy jeans. And I'm like, do I have enough time to go to the mall and try on jeans and then go to the grocery store and prep my lunch and then go to work? Do I have enough time for that? And then I was relaying that to Ryan, and Ryan is just like, bless him, really, because he knows how much I've been kind of struggling this year with like my mental health and everything, and like coming to terms with acknowledging my neurodivergence and everything, and he's just like very calmly and like rationally, he's like, I think if you were to do that, you are spreading yourself a little too thin. I think you should leave it for another time. Maybe you can order them online. And and I'm like, thank you. It's like, I think past Susan, who did not have this self-awareness, would be like, don't tell me what to do. Like, leave me alone. Don't tell me what to do. But now I'm just like, no, you are correct. I think I just need to go to the grocery store and go home and knit for a while and be done with it. So that's what I'm doing. Yeah, I don't know if I pulled out the yarn for it, but I don't know if I'm gonna cast on. I don't think I'm gonna cast on because everything I've been casting on lately or trying to cast on, I keep making mistakes with it or getting like distracted, confused, whatever. So I think I just need to like chill and stick with things that are already existing, which would be this one, the half and half triangle wrap, which is essentially just garter and a bunch of short rows. And then my toe-up socks that I'm doing with BFL Sport Weight, which I did a fair bit on yesterday. I managed to get quite a bit of the leg done. I will start increasing for the calf pretty soon. One thing I do have to do is just the toe. If you had watched my Vlogmas video yesterday, you would see when I tried this on, my toe is a little too pointy and it's like too long. So the heel fits great, but the toe is too long. So I think what I'm gonna do is pick up stitches a little ways down, like, you know, somewhere down around there, and just cut it off and graft those stitches together just to round out the toe a little bit more and make it less like a little elf foot, a pointy elf foot. But I think I might take this with me, or possibly might take this, or I might take this with me to work. I haven't decided. The weather today is no longer rainy and gross. Yay. And yeah, it's very sunny outside. I suspect we're supposed to be getting snow. It kind of looks like the sky kind of looks like it might snow. We'll see if it does or not. Any hoodles, I'm gonna get some knitting done and prep for my lunch and everything, and get all my bags and stuff prepped for work, and then go to work. And yeah, all right, let's go. Oh my god, my hair. And then do something with this rat's nest that's on top of my head. I'm getting a haircut next week, which is a good thing because this needs shaping. I digress. Okay, let's go. I just stay outside the whole day? Do I have to go to work, really? I don't want to. I mean, it'll be fine. My job's really fun, but it would be really, really nice to just keep on walking. feels a little bit more like winter now, and I really wish I had boots on because my ankles are freezing. But I am on my way home, and it's just after 8 o'clock, and when I get home, I have to, what do I have to do? Oh gosh, I have to do a little bit of laundry. I have to eat a snack or something, edit this video, do a bit of knitting, then go to bed. I'm gonna try to read for a bit. I downloaded some new books on my Kindle. I restarted my Kindle Unlimited subscription, mostly because I read a post that someone had put up on Instagram, and I'm going to link it down below, of some Christmas romance reads, but they're all as Santa as the protagonist. So I'm kind of really excited to read some really silly Santa romances, but a lot of them are like novellas, so they're really short, and with Kindle Unlimited you get them for free. I mean, they're not that expensive to purchase off of Kindle either. But yeah, I'm excited to read something really kind of lighthearted and kind of like raunchy, and I think it'll be really funny. I'm almost done reading a Christmas book by Christina Lauren. What's it called? Holidays, so spelt with a Z and an E. And I'm almost finished it. I'm listening to it on Scribd, and I'm really enjoying it. I had started reading this last year, and I don't know why I stopped. I think I just didn't have the right frame of mind to read essentially what is a Groundhog Day romance around Christmas time. I wasn't into it, but now I am, and I'm really loving it. And yeah, and thanks so much for suggesting a bunch of different Christmas romances and stuff on my last podcast video. If you haven't watched that, feel free to go and watch it. I'll put the link kind of on the screen somewhere if I can figure that out. But there's also a full list of people recommending books there too. Should be pretty fun. Anyway, it's freezing, and I'm going to keep walking while listening to this audiobook. So I will chat at you later. Bye!